Hi, welcome another week. Today we are still on the third module, Big Data, and we are inside the first lesson about intro and data sources. Today we are going to learn about the key concepts in Big Data. As you would remember in the last video, we had an overview about what do you expect or what could you expect to learn in this lesson, and we had the definition of big data. Okay, so let's start to dive deeper into the big data world. Okay? Well, there are five bits which are important in big data. They are the key dimensions that define the challenges of this knowledge, and there are five of them are volume, velocity, variety, veracity, and value. Okay, let's introduce each one of them. Okay, volume, as we saw in the last video, it's growing exponentially, and each time there are more and more amounts of data being generated, and we need tools, methodologies, and people trained to extract insights from that data, okay, to drift to action and improve the analysis, the research, and every aspect, right? So the first V of big data that we need in order to consider an analysis, a big data analysis, is that there is available a huge amount of data set or a huge amount of data in our data sets, okay? Then velocity is key in big data. Okay, we need speed at processing data. Okay, if we can have the analysis done in 5 hours by the tool system, not wait 10 days in order to complete it. Okay, then we need variety, both structured data, like a table of customers in a company, for example, or unstructured data with several parameters that are not well structured inside a database. Okay, and we would need NoSQL tools in order to process them, as you would remember from the uh, last video of the module one, digitalization. Okay, then veracity for sure. We need true data. Okay, we need quality in our data. Okay, and to reduce as maximum as possible the uncertainty. And then for sure value. Okay, so data without insights and actions is not worth it. It's worth nothing. Okay, so we should have value. So the five V's: volume, velocity, variety, value, and veracity. Why is important to use big data? Which are the key benefits of analyzing patterns, trends, relationships? Okay, we are allowing organizations to improve their decision making. Okay, and supporting them into a daily basis to improve the business decisions. Then we are providing to them an efficient framework, okay, or more operational and processes and efficiency due to automation and analytics. Okay, then we can afford to improve the value proposition to our customers. Okay, both understanding better them, but also analyzing how is their behavior or how is the customer journey and how can we target them with tailored products or services that fit better their needs. Okay. Then also we can anticipate some trends or outcomes. This is especially interesting for maintenance, production, and also for the health sector or the financial sector in order to predict scenarios or situations that could occur and how to prepare for dealing with them. Okay. And also, big data, it's a competitive advantage to the companies that are taking profit of that situation because you can early identify opportunities, risks, trends, and uh, be quicker and more efficient than your competitors in taking that opportunities. As I said before, you can have a lot of potential applications with that massive data sets that we are analyzing and extracting insights from them. But some examples in different fields, for example, is personalized medicine in the healthcare. Okay, so big data can compare your parameters from a blood test or from the medical exploration, and thanks to big data, compare it to data sets of medical data, anonymous for sure, to keep the privacy from past patients. But the doctor is able to compare your parameters with other people that are having the same and that have been already diagnosed, and that they can also um, prepare your specific medication or your specific treatment uh, due to the data that you are generating, okay, that you're providing them. Then also it's important the corrective maintenance. Something is broken, let's go to fix it, okay. But then we have the preventive maintenance, that was like a checklist that every month, every year, we do some checks in the equipment and do some fixes as a preventive measure, okay. But then there is a level more, thanks to big data opportunities, which is the predictive maintenance, okay, which based on data from other companies and some lifetime the components or the use and the sensors that are connected to the system, you can predict when an error is going to occur in your facilities or in your factory. So you can have a predictive maintenance because you know, or the system is telling to you that an occur is going to happen because some parameters are telling to you that something is not going wrong, so you can anticipate yourself and fix the issue, okay. Another application for sure is weather forecasting, okay, in order to see trends and to see the parameters from different sensors around the globe, and you can forecast more precisely or less, okay, it depends what the weather is going to be like, okay? Then for sure fraud detections. Big data allows financial institutions or even companies to track how the transaction should be, or should the behavior of the transaction should be, okay. And if they detect that there is a rare movement or transaction that it's not following the path that was expected to, it can allow you to identify a fraud. For example, you are um, you are based on Barcelona and you are buying at 9 a.m. in the morning a coffee there in a coffee shop, and 1 hour later there has been another payment made by your same credit card in Hong Kong. So big data allowed the bank to say, hey, something is happening here because this person has purchased something 1 hour ago in Barcelona and now has purchased the same from Hong Kong. Okay, so we block that transaction and allow the bank to call the customer and inform them and check if it was them or not. Okay? Then, for sure, pricing and inventories. You can track with big data the pricing strategies of your competitors and to check if a price of some raw materials are growing or decreasing. So, if you are working as a trader or a broker, you can have better opportunities to buy or to sell. And also, if you are a retailer and you are comparing prices due to big data, using big data, comparing your competitors' listing prices, you can have a competitive advantage. Okay, and also you can track with big data your inventories, predict the security stock that you should have, when should you order more stock or less depending on the forecast of sales forecasting, and the current trends. Okay, it's very important also in the sales, marketing, and operations fields. Okay, then you can do some financial simulations based on data from the markets, from the interest rates, everything. Okay, then also you can manage energy system in different countries. Okay, to see the consumption and the generation and to balance the systems. Okay, then also you can learn more about your customers through the customer journey. Okay, and also deal with risk management to train the models and to identify some parameters that can lead to errors or to disasters. Okay, and also it's very interesting for research and development, both biotechnological, medical, pharmaceutical, chemical. There are a lot of solutions or applications of big data in researching, okay? Because they work with huge or massive data sets. Some technologies that are interesting to manage the escalation, scalability, speed, and complexity of big data. Okay, we need some type of tools. Okay, there are some processing frameworks like Hadoop or more recently Spark, both from Apache, that allow you to process huge amount of data. In the case of Apache, it also includes some artificial intelligence features that can help you to clean and transform data. Then there are some databases that we already told you in during the first module in one of the last videos that we talked about SQL and NoSQL databases. Okay, so here we are using MongoDB or Cassandra, among others, for the storage. Okay. And then there are some cloud-based solutions for scalability, cost efficiency, like Amazon Web Service, Microsoft Azure, and others. And there are other frameworks or languages that we could use to extract data, but we will focus on them in the following lessons. Then another key aspect is what challenges are we facing in big data, or which are the main challenges for the near and for the near future. Data privacy. Okay, so we need to have a very careful procedure about how to deal with data in order to deal with the legal aspects and to protect data and even more the sensitive data from unauthorized access. Okay, so access control, security, and privacy is key. Okay, cybersecurity is key to protect the data that we are generating, both from our competitors to access it or to our employees that some of them maybe could use that information against us in some cases, or we could face a ransomware or phishing attacks from hackers from other countries or even from our same country in order to ask for a compensation or to put or to publish our data, which could have several severe um, could have severe fines from institutions and can cause a huge reputation uh, damage. Okay, then integration and combination of data from different systems and servers, then infrastructure to store and scale the solution, data quality and veracity for sure, and also handling missing, inconsistent, or noisy data.